Hey team, Coach Laura Maurer here. Last week on our mastermind with Christy, she was talking about, it's kind of the theme of the week where a lot of us coaches were feeling like we were in a funk, and I was definitely feeling the same. And she gave us some amazing, just a quick kind of formula, recipe on how to, kind of get yourself out of that funk. And and then she asked us if we can share with you guys, what we do to get ourselves, motivated again when, you're in the business and you're just kind of in the trenches and you're pushing towards your goals. And sometimes, you can either burn out or just feel like you're hitting your head against the wall. Maybe you're just not getting anywhere. And you just kind of need to, maybe either take a step back or just kind of change things up a little bit. And I realized when we were in our mastermind that I do have some, methods that I use. And I love what Christy said as well. So I'm just going to kind of share with you guys 3 ways to get out of a funk. And so my number one is when I notice that, that I'm just like, oh gosh, I really don't want to do my vitals today, or I'm just like not feeling it and I'm not motivated. The first thing that I usually do besides personal development is talk to someone. I'll go to a family member, to a friend, to my dad or my, one of my old friends or something, and just get my mind off of things. I think sometimes we can get in that tunnel vision and really push for our goals. And, that's all we're thinking about. And, it can be kind of tiring on our brain after a while. So that to me helps just to hear, about somebody else's day or to talk out what I'm going through, and just, share with them like, how excited I am or the ups and downs, and just to, have that outside perspective can really help, especially if you're talking to a teammate or, your success partner, that sort of thing. So that really helps me just, getting my mind off of things and, kind of relaxing a bit and taking, my foot off the gas a little bit and, just kind of restarting. Second thing that I like to do is look back at how far I've come and write down those goals. So what I like to do is I actually do this every morning, and it fires me up. So I like to do it before I even plan my day, before I do, kind of when I'm doing personal development and just, thinking and being thankful and that sort of thing. I'll go into my Coach Online office and I'll look at, how far I've come, whether it's, teammates that are active and that are building their business, or, and ones that have, maybe they just hired or sponsored on a new customer with Shakeology. That's exciting to me because they're spreading, nutrition to somebody new. And so that happened to me this morning, and it fired me up. I was excited for her, and I'm going to reach out to her today and congratulate her. So, so things like that, just thinking back to, I think like I was saying before, it can be so easy to have your eye on the prize and to not take a second and really reflect back, even if you're not at your goal yet, kind of like with your challenge group members. Maybe, they have a big goal of wanting to lose 50 pounds or, something, or, or more. And, that could be a pretty long process. And just depending on how fast they go, fast or slow. And so if you're, if they don't look back at how far they've come, even if maybe they've only lost 30 pounds, then it might not be as fun of a process. It might be a little harder because, you're really waiting for a really long time to recognize yourself. So making sure, that you're taking that time and reflecting and even recognizing those small goals, even if, maybe they weren't a goal on your mind before, and now that it's happened, maybe you made $200 extra this past week and you weren't expecting that. That's something to celebrate with those around you, those on the team, whatever, you got going for you. And just, really making sure that you're allowing that to sink in and then keep moving. And then this was something that Christy had mentioned, was writing out your goals. And I love this. I like to do, my month goals and then break it down to week goals and day-to-day goals. So that way, kind of bite-sized pieces there. So it's not as overwhelming. But, and then, think to where, okay, where do I want to be? Now is April. Where do I want to be by May? What's my team going to look like? Where do I want to be, either financially or mentally or physically, that sort of thing. So, just really taking that time and, getting excited, pumping yourself up for where you're going to be and how you're going to get there. And then our challenge last week in the mastermind was to, think where are you going to be in your 5 years? So having your 5-year goals. So year 1, where do you want to be by the end of next year? And then year 2, where do you want to be by the end of that year? And so on and so forth. So that's, can be fun and scary at the same time. Really letting those big goals sink in, but having those is huge because then you have those milestones to work for. And then, like I said, just breaking it down into bite-sized pieces so that can compound over time. And then lastly, the third thing that I do to get out of a funk is I like to go on drives. I do this a few times a week, actually. I will it's the end of the day. I've done everything that I needed to do, and I just want to relax. So I like to go on drives. I don't know how common that is, but to me, it's just relaxing. I live out in the country, and so I know city folk probably can't do that as easily. But what I also like to do when I'm driving is listen to music. So it just relaxes my mind. I can just kind of take in the day or whatever's on my mind and just let it out, just let it go, and not have to worry about worrying. Just let out whatever it is, maybe that's bothering me that day or what I'm excited for, and either kind of pray on it or just think like, man, this was an awesome day, and be thankful for it, and that sort of thing. So that's basically what I like to do. And then just rocking out, who doesn't love to do that? And that to me is relaxing. So I hope those tips help you guys when it comes to getting into a funk and just kind of getting yourself to keep going and propelling you and your business forward.